my experience at APCO, work with a lot of large brands and corporations who are always looking to us to help them build engagement campaigns for all types of stakeholders, whether it's investors in their business, whether it's consumers of their business, and lately, more often than not, it's been employees. And I think the reason why, and I've had a couple conversations with a few heads of corporate communications, it sort of caught them off guard how employees and stakeholders became vocal overnight. They became this vocal stakeholder that you now have to engage in a very meaningful way. And they just didn't know how to reorganize their lives to deal with that. 90% of 50-year-old corporate communications managers are scared to death of what their 26-year-old graphic designer is going to say about the company every day they come into work. And it's not just that they're afraid they're going to come and complain on the bulletin board in the break room, but they know that they'll find out 4 months later that there's been a video on YouTube where they've just completely obliterated the entire brand online. I think the initial, because us as baby boomers and us as Gen X folks, our reaction to that is to control the medium as much as we can, and then we find out that there is no way to control it, right? Then we try to control the employees as much as we can, and we find out there's no way to control them either. So I think what we're trying to do now is we're trying to convince them that giving up control, democratizing the way that these employees can talk and engage the firm in a meaningful way, giving them access to some of the power structures that we would sort of reserve for senior members of organizations and companies over time is the best way to engage these employees. Now, one of the things that we have learned, through the great research that PwC's done, as well as some other millennial studies that we've done through APCO Insight, which is our research arm, one of the things that we found out is this group expects to see change at a rapid rate, much faster than what we expect to see it. They expect to come in and be promoted that first year. So okay, they walk in and say, hey, okay, what do I have to do to get promoted? Okay, this is what you have to do. And then they come in with that checklist. I did this on this date, I did this on this date, I did this on this date. That's just a glimpse into how the mind works. They come in and they see, how can I change whatever I engage to be able to show and elevate any cause, anything that I care about, any issue that I care about in a meaningful way. They're much more collaborative. And what you'll find out is that if you engage them more significantly, what the employers will find out is that if you engage them, they will radically change the way you attack community relations and cause marketing. So I would say from our standpoint, it's really on employers to change the way that they democratize these campaigns. Now, as nonprofits, one of the things that you can do is help employers along with this change, right? How can you build tools that not only support, or a structure that not only supports, say, a once a year giving campaign, sort of Marsha touched on a little bit, but something that allows them to take these campaigns and make them their own over a year. It's not only how much money you give, but how much money can you raise with these networks that they've built around them, right? Give them these giving module tools. Give them some sort of mobile volunteer tracker that allows them to track their volunteer hours over a particular time period, and then let them exchange that or redeem that for points, or it's something that allows them to get something in return for it. They will engage at a much faster rate and a much greater rate if we build these sort of tools as nonprofits. I know it takes a lot of investment, but I think the engagement that you'll build will be a lot more significant than what it would be if we stick with the same old model.